hookahpro.com, your ultimate source for everything hookah. Find the latest tips and tricks, videos, reviews, contests, and more.
Hey there everyone, Mac Maven from hookahpro.com, your ultimate source for everything hookah. I got a hookah accessory review for you today. This is the Universal Traditional Style Ice Chamber from hookahstore.com. So you see it resembles the ice chamber on the KM pretty closely. And it's universal. What it is it's got this port on the bottom. I don't know if you can see there, but you basically just shove that right on top of your stem, and then you place your bowl up here. Then fill that center with ice, close it up, you're ready to go. I gotta say that I really like the way this thing looks. I mean, they've made a Chinese universal style ice chambers for a while now, but this is the first one that actually looks like it was made for an Egyptian hookah. So I personally like that. It goes with the aesthetic of my hookahs pretty well. Seems to be well made. Single solid piece around the outside here, welded to the inner stem. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a nice tight weld all the way around the bottom. Didn't leak when I used it the first time. So I'm going to fill this up with water and throw it in the freezer, and I'm going to show you how it smokes. Alright guys, I have no idea if this is going to work or not, but we're going to attempt to measure a temperature difference between a non-ice hookah and an ice hookah. So there'll be a cutscene in here because I gotta change out the ice pot, but here goes. It's about 90 degrees. Alright, so just slightly higher than room temperature. We're going to try it with the ice pot next. Alright guys, this is the ice pot and how it looks on a KM. You see I left the tray there earlier. I noticed that there's a little bit of condensation builds up on the outside of the ice pot. Kind of understandable, I guess. So I started leaving the tray on there to catch some of those little droplets as they come off. You see it's full of ice. And yeah, I mean overall it's kind of a nice addition. I mean, this one's silver and my hookah's gold, so you know that's not perfectly matched there. But you know, if it was a silver hookah, you see what I'm saying. But anyway, yeah, there it is. The detail on this is actually pretty nice. It looks like the KM Lotus right there. I don't know if you can see that or not, but yeah, looks like the KM Lotus right there. So yeah, I'm gonna take a few hits here and show you how it smokes. Alright, here it is with the majestic ice pot, and we're gonna try and take a temperature reading again, see if there's any difference.
I don't know if you can see that, but it seems to be stabilizing a little bit just below 90 degrees actually. It's just a hair below where it was without the ice pot. Is this by any means scientific? Not quite. Conclusive? Probably not, so don't point out any experimental flaws, but this pretty basic experiment seems to point to the fact that maybe the ice pot does do something. So I'll stop preaching against its uselessness, and yeah.
So overall, I gotta say, I kind of like this thing. It may not be an everyday use type of deal because you gotta freeze it, and to be honest, I am not that think ahead when it comes to setting up my hookah, but smokes just fine. It seals great, which was my biggest apprehension going into it, is the addition of yet another gasketed seal might cause some leaking issues. Not the case so far. Pulls just fine. As I showed you earlier, the gauge of the stem in the ice chamber itself is just as big, if not bigger, than the hookah that it goes on, so not going to restrict draw any. Overall, I gotta say, I'm kind of impressed. I was originally not of the belief that ice chambers did anything, and that's why I tried to show a temperature comparison there. Don't know quite how successful that was, but my own personal little attempt at some scientific, I don't know, some sort of scientific measure of whether or not an ice chamber actually functions and does what it's supposed to do. But, I mean, to me, it's colder. That could be a placebo effect, but I'm gonna have to say that this is a good accessory. Thumbs up. I mean, it sure beats having to buy a whole new hookah to have an ice chamber on it, and it looks really good with the hookahs because it does really look like the KM ice chamber. So, you know, if you're one of those people that can't decide between an ice hookah or doesn't want to settle for only having the ice hookah look but wants this, you know, the standard KM look, but then wants the option of maybe using an ice chamber, I gotta say that's pretty a good accessory for them. Alright, thanks for watching.